for us, so I'm sure you'll hear the fucking zombie song 20,000 million fucking times on the radio.
I don't know, man. I said I wasn't going to. I don't know, man. After they announced, I mean, I've never seen Ozzy, and that's the deal with Rocklahoma. That's not really my bag of music, but it's a good time. And, man, if I don't do this, this is our next time Ozzy comes. He ain't going to come around. So
well,
this is like a.
Rocklahoma has primarily been rock and roll. However, oh, by the way, Tech Nine's going to be there. Like, last year we had MGK and another rap act.
Man, I enjoyed MGK.
Yeah, and Tech Nine's going to be there this year. Tech Nine brings it too. Yeah. But I'm hoping next year we can bring in, since we're starting to kind of switch to a little bit of country, it's becoming more a music fest and less a rock fest. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Slowly but surely. Man, next year if we could get some Lax or some Demon Jones or Big Smo.
You know who I'm going to say?
Oh, sure.
Them boys, the Moonshine Bandits. Yeah, dude, if they could bring one of those acts in.
Or a couple of them.
Yeah. Dude, the Lax and Demon Jones, that's just real. I mean, those guys, both of those just put out really.
Yeah. If you can't feel good after listening a set from either the Lax or Demon Jones, or sometimes they get together and actually do shit together. Yeah, man, it's feel good music, and it may not be for everybody, and I get it because even when I started that, you remember that?
Right? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Slowly but surely, I've kind of come around. I kind of dig it. I can dig more than one song in a row now.
I like a couple cold beer. You just are gonna be really good.
And for those of you who don't know who we're talking about, the Lax and Demon Jones, they are all a genre, I guess, referred to as hick hop.
Yeah, country rap, hick hop. It's definitely a one of the smaller shows. Acts involved. I'll tell you a really talented act to come out of that genre. Ryan Upchurch. That dude can do anything.
Upchurch has gone on and taken some rock classics and flipped them on their head and sang his butt off.
That kid is talented.
Yeah,
man.
he is. Yeah, he is. People said he couldn't sing. You can't sing. You just do this rap shit and you can't sing. Bullshit.
I think Ryan Upchurch is one of those cats that if you tell him he can't do something, he ain't going to stop till he can do it.
I tell you this right now, Ryan Upchurch, he can he could front a rock band.
Well, he covered some because one of his big heroes is Lane Staley, and he covered some Alice in Chains tunes, which is that's a big bite off, man. And he did an amazing fucking job. Yeah,
Lane Staley's shoes are hard to fill because he had a real unique voice, kind of like that little spider monkey dude Arnel Pineda with Journey. He's like the only other guy on the planet that sounds like Steve, except for Steve. So
isn't he Asian? Is he Asian?
Yeah, he's Filipino.
Yeah, you never think that voice would come out of that little.
No, but it was from a band. He played in a. Here's more useless fucking knowledge. He played in a band called The Zoo in the Philippines. And of course, Tiddy knows about this because Tiddy knows every fucking thing.
Of course, you know about the Filipino music scene,
right? He played in a band called Zoo, and they were kind of like a Journey tribute. Did some other stuff too. So his voice is spot on. If you listen to him and you listen to Steve Perry, you can close your eyes and listen.
It's pretty spooky.
You can't tell the difference.
Yeah, it's real spooky.
It's crazy.
I can't remember the first time I saw him. I think it was one of the Letterman, or it was on one of those. It may have been Saturday Night Live. They came out, I couldn't wrap my head around it. I was like, that is exactly like.
Yeah, it's crazy. And speaking of Letterman, one of my favorite episodes of Letterman had the Zac Brown Band, and after the show, you can YouTube this, but Letterman. The band will usually play 2 or 3 songs for the audience. After the show, they played War Pigs by Ozzy Osbourne.
I've heard they do this every now and then.
Yeah, dude, they play Metallica in their concerts. They do all sorts. It's amazing. But
I bet that's a fun band to hang out with.
But I can't. Yeah, and now circle back to Ozzy Osbourne. I can't wait to hear him sing some of the old shit like War Pigs and his Bark at the Moon album. Speaking of which, Bark at the Moon was my very first concert that I got to go see without the parents or anything. That was in 1983. Saw him at the Tulsa Convention Center with a little-known band by the name of Motley Crue.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That was my first big boy concert that I got to go to without the parents or anybody else, because I think at that time I was 16.
Wow, okay. A day, man.
Yeah, it is. And now look forward 38 years later, Motley Crue is retired, and I get to go see Ozzy.
Yeah, think about that, dude. Like, Ozzy's just unstoppable. That guy's going to perform until
I think he's already in the ground. I think he's been in the ground, and he came back up.
Well, I told you the other day, Ozzy Osbourne is alive. Like, the both of them will probably live forever.
I agree.
You know?
And then Friday's Metallica. This Friday, tomorrow is Metallica. Didn't you say that somebody texted you and it won Metallica tickets?
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to go back through my text. Yeah, somebody texted me today. They got their hands on some Metallica tickets today.
That's all.
Right? I mean, god dang.
Yeah, good luck to them. And parking is going to be hell. But it's Metallica, so who gives a shit?
Yeah, who gives a shit?
I'll tell you what, that's going to be an epic concert. I'm super stoked.
You know what's cool about those guys? I just saw this on the news. Every city they play in, they come to town and they donate a bunch of food and or money to the food pantries in that town.
Well, and of course, Rub, the restaurant, gets involved with these superior acts, and they're probably going to send them off with some tomahawk steaks and all that. They did that with the Foo Fighters.
Did they?
Yeah. I had a friend of mine's wife is a chef, and I guess she helped them get some stuff together for the Foo Fighters and catered that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they always get good catered food. Dave Grohl, in an interview with the Foo Fighters, so what's the first thing you do when you get off tour? And I go get junk food. Lots of junk food, like hamburgers and fries, and I just eat really shitty for like 3 or 4 days. He said, I pay for it, but, you would think being on tour you'd eat really bad, but we eat really good. They have these things catered, and we get really good meals, and no Burger King. So when we get home, I gotta get me a double Whopper.
He's got to get some cholesterol increasing food in his diet.
Exactly. So, yeah, it's nice to be a rock star.
Yeah, I mean, it's got its privileges.
Oh, talk about privileges. Just about every rock star that you talk to, when they've made it, they'll say, what's the one thing that is nice about having money and being a rock star? And just about every single one of them says, having your own plane. Time is everything. Being able to fly in and fly out when you want to and not on somebody else's schedule.
Man, you talk about first world problems.
I know, and look at us, man. We're so close to that plane.
What?
We're so close to that plane. The Tiddy and Shiner podcast, we're not very far. Not far off, because I swear, probably one more sponsorship and we'll be able to go out and buy the paper to fold that motherfucking plane and send it across the room. But we almost got us a plane.
We're that close.
We are, because we picked up a new sponsor, a legit sponsor. Not one that are hoping comes on board. Thank you, Hot Pockets, and the Hot Pocket Girl, and hopefully a Hot Pocket calendar. But we're legitimately sponsored by Spunk Lube.
Welcome aboard, Spunk Lube.
Thank you for sponsoring our podcast. We certainly appreciate it. And for those who have sexual health needs and cannot find the perfect lube, go to spunklube.com. Go pick some out. Actually, we're going to be working it out here pretty soon, where it will be probably Spunk Lube /TNS or something like that, or Spunk Lube /show. I don't know. We'll get that figured out, but we'll see if we can get you guys a discount on Spunk Lube for listening to it on the Tiddy and Shiner show. But thank you.
It's legitimately an award-winning personal lube.
I've got some. I have used it. It is freaking amazing, and it looks just like cum. I'm not kidding you. Like,
if anybody out there, if you're a young lady that likes to do pictures of a certain nature, or you're a dude that has a lady that likes to do that, or you're a dude and you kind of want to encourage your lady to do that, whatever it may be, it boils down to, if you want pictures that look like a money shot, this is the stuff that you buy to make those happen.
Yeah, you just pull it up in a syringe and shoot it on your girlfriend's face and take some pictures.
Boom. That's probably going to go over with her a lot better than the actual, I don't know, I guess it depends who you hang out with.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm 52 years old. I've got about half a money shot every time, so.
If you had some spunk lube and that penis extender we were talking about, then you'd be set for an evening.
Yeah, I'd actually come to think about it. I wouldn't call it a money shot. I'd call it like a money run, because it just kind of runs out the end and falls down. So it's a pretty lazy fucking shit.
Dude, we need to write that down. A money run T-shirt would be a good one to offer, maybe.
Go on, take the money and run. Oh, Jesus. Just go on and take the money run.
Well, yeah, we'll just start offering Hot Pocket tank tops and money run T-shirts.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot this on you, and don't tell anybody. I don't want to be embarrassed and my shit just runs out at the end. It reminds me of reminds me of a basset hound, like coming up to a cliff and decides to jump. It's not going to clear the little stream.
Yeah, but he has all that energy. Like he's got it all built up. Like he's going to really give it a good leap.
Yeah, and then he just like tumbles right in the water.
Exactly.
Yeah,
man, that gives me a weird fucking visual in my head.
Yeah, not like a Jack Russell Terrier that will clear it and keep going. No, it's a basset hound. Yeah, I got basset hound jizz.
He's got all that kinetic energy built up, but it just doesn't come into play for.
No, it's scared of the light. That's what it is. It rushes to the fucking door, busts down the door, and then gets scared and falls.
It just falls out the front door.
Fraidy cat cum. That's what I got. Fraidy cat cum.
Write that one down too. Money run and Fraidy cat. I gave her the FCC. What are you talking about? The Fraidy cat cum.
Yeah, Mueller, come investigate that.
Fuck, Mueller's literally making stuff up to investigate these days. Like, I'm so pissed off I can't do anything to Trump. You know what? Let's start a rumor that Trump was a Russian operative.
Yeah.
Who's on board?
I don't see
all are. Yeah, let's just spread that around that he was a Russian. Like, why would if the president of the United States was a Russian operative, there'd be a lot of spies out of business. There'd be a lot of unemployed spies.
Yeah.
Like, why would you need spies if your president was? Oh God, this is a Russian. What about how come when Hillary was having dealings with the Russians, we weren't worried about her being an?
Well, no, because we had Trump and he was huge ski.
Huge ski. I mean, Mueller's like starting getting all this wound up about being an operative, and I'm like, come on. I guess that's okay. I mean, let's just forget the fact Michigan elected a Muslim into Congress who's got ties to Hamas. Like, that's not a problem for Mueller.
And literally right after she places her right hand on, I don't know, what did she do? She wouldn't do the Bible, and I don't think was it the Quran? Or was it somebody's ass? Put her hand on somebody's ass or some shit like that and took the fucking oath. But anyways, her first official word of being a congressman was "fuck you."
Yeah, and people don't see this as a problem. Let's be worried the president is a Russian operative, but let's go ahead and let this Muslim that hates America and is very anti-Semitic, let's let her take a seat in Congress, and that seems legit.
Yeah, I have no problem with people having no fucks, except
no, I don't either.
Except extremist Muslims.
Yeah, that becomes problematic real quick.
Yeah, it does. You noticed today that guy didn't have a fuck.
He went back to the garden, and there wasn't a fuck to pick.
No, and the worst part about it is if he gets to 72 virgins, they don't know what to do. I mean, if I'm gonna blow myself up for religion, I want 72 sluts. I want 72 bitches who will be all like bisexual.
I don't want 72. I want like 3. No, I just want 1. I can't handle more than 1.
Well, that's why I want bisexual. That way I can just sit back and watch.
Broads, if you had 72 broads, you'd be pissed that you already blew yourself up because you'd be wanting to eat a pistol. You couldn't handle that many.
He is going to be so pissed when he gets there next.